Welcome everyone to Judy's Mind Body today. Here we are, and we're going to start. So if you have a stool, I'm going to start with a stool, but if you don't want to use a stool, that's totally cool. Whatever is good for you. All right, so starting with a stool, we're going to look at some breathing things. And this is optional here. But I want to make sure if I'm on a stool that I'm solidly on it so that my hips are here and my sits bones are right at the edge of the stool and I'm solidly there. First step. Then I want to make sure my feet are solidly underneath, not curved back, but just 90-degree from the knee to the ankle. Beautiful, looks great. And now we're going to start with Qigong, and this is triple burner. Inhale up, exhale slowly down. Inhale up and slowly down. Good, beautiful. Feel that long breath coming. Breathe in through your nose, but notice what happens to the belly. If you look at mine, when I breathe in, it's expanding. This is the inhale. And as I breathe out, the material by the tummy will come in. That's because I am exhaling slowly all the way down to here. You can also feel it with the famous lung association breath by funneling your lips if you like, and that's a good way to begin. And then still funnel them down on the exhale, like you're whistling out. Let's take that breath away, breathe in through the nostrils. Breathe in through the tummy so that you feel that expansion and contraction. So in other words, we're connecting that breath to the whole spine, lengthen through the spine. This is triple burner. We're coming through 3 energy centers, the head, the heart and lungs, and the abdomen. It's what we should all be doing every morning and before we go to bed, I'm told. Beautiful. That's good for that one. Now we're going to come to our next Qigong move, which will be to start up here above the shoulders and inhale first and then exhale slowly down on the sides. It'll be Buddha picks up the earth. And when you get to here, start inhaling. And then push it up the earth and then send the palms up with that beautiful exhale. You are Buddha and you are picking up the earth and pushing it into the sky, hoping the world becomes a better place. And if we believe it might become a better place, it probably will. We carry this energy with us into our communities and therefore into the bigger circle of life. One more of Buddha picks up the earth and sends it into the sky. And sitting on your stool right on the edge like I am, you can then start your next move, making sure your feet are solidly in the floor, perhaps opening up the legs. And you're going to do the accordion, which is to inhale, expanding the whole middle body, and exhaling to contract it slowly without moving beyond the breasts. Right there is good. Inhale. It's like playing an accordion on the street. You watch them and they are singing at the same time. Here's the singing right there. And then you inhale again. You're the instrument, actually, as well as the person. And last one here, we'll come back and ground it through the earth. When you're seated, you can still ground. Inhale first and bring the palms right to the shins, or in this case, probably better to do the thighs. If you do the shins, you'll be going down here. So I would suggest right here. And now massage maybe. Self-massage is part of Qigong. So you could also tap right here. Those of you who need to sit on a stool can improvise all of these beautiful tapping things on your own, even in bed. And then come up the inside of the arm, go across the top part of the arm, the inside. And then you might want to massage out. This is to send out all evil demons or something like that. Just send out any bad stuff from the day. Brush it away. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Bad thoughts. Other side. Good. Okay, so those are all things for those of you seated that you can play with. I'm going to put my stool a little bit more forward now to show how you can play with a stool for a side-to-side weight shift. So first of all, your side-to-side weight shift is going to basically start with this rider on horse position. The belief is that you have a little mini horse underneath your body here. You're riding maybe over the Mongolian plains, at least that's what I imagine. You're going to tap your feet in this position, like you've got the stirrups underneath you. Good, and then you're going to settle it down, shift, and with the chair, you're going to shift side to side with the feet in a V. So you can use your chair this way, and you'll feel your yan leg as you shift this way to the right, and this way to the left. The knee that bends is the yan leg. The other leg, when it straightens, is the yin. We say that the yin leg is feminine, the yang leg is masculine, and you're continually in equity here. So one's always changing to the other. And that's a really great way to start your weight shift. So you could take this weight shift perhaps and even turn it into something else. You could start here. Okay, I'm just going to warm up with carry the ball to the side, shift down, wind up at the hips. Both knees are, this knee is more bent than the other. And now I'm going to bring my weight into this leg, the yang leg, and release the yin leg, but only the heel will come down. Now I shift across, shift back, cross, back. When you get to this next cross over here, bring in the heel. Breathe in and then sink. Now wind up again. Release the heel and move across. And as you move, keep the top of the head level with the ceiling or with an imaginary clothesline. And one more here. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Inhale and sink. Now, how would you use that with the stool? You could do this, just sliding across for the yang leg, sliding back for the yang leg on this side, bending, straightening the opposite leg. And you can even use this for a forward back walk. For example, for the Buddhist walking meditation, or we also call that the Tai Chi walk. You could start here, let's see, with one hand on the stool and prepare it all the way back here. So you're coming into rider on horse, your feet are in a V. You're going to shift down, bending both knees a little bit, maybe a few inches, and shift over towards the stool. Now release this foot. In this case, it's your right leg. The heel's just dropped. Now you're going to slide forward. That's the front shift. You're going to slide back into the back leg. That leg bends. So this is great for learning your forward back shift, that when you come back, the front toe lifts fully. When you come forward, the back heel lifts right now fully. We can diminish that when we're actually doing the practice of Tai Chi Chih. But to get the muscles ready for it, I think it's really good to feel the extension of the leg and the bending of the leg. And then you can turn this around to the other side. And notice that I'm using the top of the stool here as a guide. So I'm going to shift down now, shift towards the stool, release what would be your left heel, and slide forward. Just slide on the top of the stool and slide back. Forward, back. And notice how the toe doesn't come up until you've fully shifted through the middle with both feet, and then it lifts. When you come forward, you shift all the way, and then you release the heel. So all these little accessible things, which we do in accessible yoga, are things you can take to Tai Chi Chih. Let's take that now from the back all the way to the front without any guide and see how well we can do. Dropping down, inhale. Shift to your right to bring the left heel forward, straight leg. And you're going to shift into that leg, lengthen the other one, bend this one, then the other. And you're coming from the heel to the toe. And then you're going to go back toe to heel. I'm doing this 6 times. You could do less if your room isn't as long as mine is from there to here. Okay, inhale and sink it through the earth. Now, of course, we need to do the opposite side. So now we're going to shift into your, let me see, we're going to shift into your left. You're going to shift, sorry, you're going to shift into this leg. And you're going to do the opposite leg. 2, 3. Now we're going to go back. 1, 2, 3. And all the same principles will be on whatever side you're on. If you're on the left side, then you'd want to shift into your right to bring your left heel forward. If you're on the right side, you want to bring your other leg forward by shifting into this side. And let's go back. So make sure you always do it both ways, even if I just got that mixed up. Okay. All right. So you're going to inhale now. Let's go back to a couple of other things that we need to do in Qigong. Couple triple burners. A couple Buddha picks up the earth, standing, feeling the length of the spine. Pushing the world up, letting it go. And then one that I didn't do seated, which is picking up a feather and letting it go. You flatten the palm on this one. It's so beautiful. It's as if you're painting your wall with air. Exhale it down, bringing that feather down, watching it move down through your wall. And notice how you bend one leg, straighten the other. Let's bring it back to the center, and we'll go the opposite way. Feet in a V, picking up a feather, letting it go. Exhaling down, flattening the palm, letting the back leg feel extended, release the heel. Notice how the ribs are really lengthening through here. As you inhale and as you exhale. One more. And the accordion, trying it standing, feeling your feet in a V, feeling the mastery of your practice, not just some little wimpy, oh, here I am, but here, this one, I want power from within, okay? Not power to destroy, but power to feel the strength of our own bodies. Expansion, contraction. Heaven and earth. Flatten the palm. Notice how we've opened up this whole side body. Inhale the palms center and bring them other way. Other hand up, your left and your right hand down. And switch one more. Heaven and earth. Noticing that you have a string from the back of your skull up towards the heavens, and the feet are solidly in the floor as you reach those two directions, up and down, and flatten the palm for each. Beautiful. We're going to end this little section here with some groundings. So inhaling from the abdomen to the heart, exhaling down, bringing it up to the head, exhale down, bringing it up to the sky. Exhale slowly down, and to the sun, which just came out in San Francisco. Yay. Thank you. And slowly exhale it down. And beginning our tapping. Heart. Down to the tummy. Fold forward with the hips flat back. All the way down inside of the calves and back up through the knees, up through the thighs, abdomen, chest, down the arms, up the arm, across to the other side, up again, and the lung points right here. Yay, try your Tarzan sound. Ah. Good, and down the body, and back up, and establish your grounding through the earth. Double ground it. Triple ground it. Bring it to your head. And bring it up, floating it up to the sky for the fountain. Exhale slowly down, bringing the backs of the palms together and fold forward from the hips flat back to touch the earth or however far you can go outside your feet. Inhale back up. Take a deep breath in for aha. Aha! Bring the palms together and then bring the backs of the palms down on the exhale. The next one, when you come up, will be aho. Inhale first. Aho! Feel your own power of the voice. It's part of our warm-up. Exhale down. The next one will be ahi. Inhale first. Ahi! And let's do one more aha next time. Exhale down. You are the fountain. And come back up. Aha! And if you did one more, it would be ahu. Okay, and then I think we've covered most of the vowels. Now you're going to come back, exhale down, and come into the mountain, Tadasana. Feet now sort of forward. Feeling yourself as a mountain. And we'll circle the head, bringing the palms behind you. Bring the chin down to the chest. Circle the head. Left ear to left shoulder. Right ear to right shoulder. We'll do this without my necessarily mirroring you here. And then the opposite way, to your right ear to right shoulder, and back to the other way. 3 circles, holding the palms down so that you don't raise your shoulders. And then bring your nose up here. If those circles get too big for you, you can do a smaller circle like a dog collar, like this. Just follow the nose around. It's easier for people than the big circle of bringing the ear close to the shoulder and the other direction. And let's shake it out. That's the most fun Qigong move of all. Good. Now bringing your fingers to the inside here of where your shoulders are and circling around, opening up the shoulders and actually feeling them begin to relax. It's a forward, up, back and down move that sends the shoulder blades in back down the spine. As you exhale, you're opening up your chest, which is really important for us so that we can get a full breath and open the lungs and use our diaphragm and all those great things that we do in singing, you can apply here. And now come back, up, forward and down. Beautiful. Okay, now arms out to the sides in a T and circling forward. Feel that it's not just the wrists that are circling. It's also the forearms and the upper arm and even the shoulders a little bit because all the joints do connect, interconnect. So we don't really, it's good to start isolation, but it's also good to begin feeling that connection. And let's go to our hip circles and really circle them freely. Forward, side, back, side. Beautiful. Like belly dancers. And then go the opposite direction. Keep the spine long so that you don't cause any problem in the low spine there. Good. Now bringing the knees together. You're going to fold forward from the hips, take hold of the knees, big claws here, and come around in circles towards your whatever circle you're going to go. I'm going towards your right now. Then I'm going to turn it to the opposite way, right to the left. That way we're doing both clockwise and counterclockwise circles. Very important. That will free all the joints. Now slide down to your ankles here and use big monster hands to come up the body. Sort of like a Thai massage here. You're really using these points of the fingers, if you don't have big long nails, to basically massage in the body. And we're going to just tap out a moment in the belly and do our knocking at the gates. A little more aerobic than we're going with Tai Chi Chih, but definitely relaxing the body. And then up here to the lung points. Good. And then down one arm, up one arm, across the chest, down the other arm, up the other arm, and shake it out from the feet. Beginning to slow down. And coming into the crawl stroke. And you can bend your knees, you can squiggle the feet, whatever feels good there. It's a crawl stroke. Imagine that you're swimming, but you're swimming through air. So let the feet go. You want to make sure the knee, the ankle, and the hip are all in one line, all the way up to the crown of your head. Good. Now we're going to do backstroke. And we're opening up all these joints in a more open way. So if anything doesn't work for your body, always modify it to work for you. And coming to the breaststroke. Palms are forward. Inhale first, and then exhale that water out, or in this case, the air. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And one more. And this is a little crazy thing that we do in yoga where you come to the balls of your feet, you come into prayer and you do a prayer twist. So let's try it. You've got your heels off the earth here. You're going to inhale here and twist from the belly, rib cage, upper chest, and finally the head and shoulders. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, center slowly. Your heels are off the ground a little bit. And now exhale to the other side. Abdomen, rib cage, upper chest, shoulders, head. A couple more of the prayer twist. That's a excellent way to strengthen the front of your feet and release the heels at the same time. It's a little precarious, but it's always kind of fun. Inhale there. One more. Beautiful. Now release the heels and just tap them like you're halfway running. Okay, good. All good. Now we're going to take one last prayer twist here, but this time we're going to take that idea into carrying a bowl, and it's going to be very slow, like we do in Hatha Yoga. So you're going to pick up this bowl, inhale, and then twist this direction towards your right from the belly, rib cage, upper chest on the exhale. Stabilizing your feet. Inhale back to center on the inhale, of course, and then start the exhale here. Abdomen, rib cage, upper chest, shoulders, head. You'll be doing exactly what our parrots used to be able to do, which was to turn completely around and look at what was behind them. Eventually. And one more this way. And back to center. Beautiful. And we're going to take a breath in and send it into the ground because we're ready to move into Tai Chi Chih as soon as we get some water. You want to always hydrate a lot doing this stuff with the breath. Just a few groundings here to stabilize our breathing. You're inhaling, and then you're sending the exhale to the core, which is right here. It's your Lo Dan Tien, same principle. And keep going higher. And this will be our last one before we take a drink of water. Following which will be our 19 movements and one pose of Tai Chi Chih. So have a sip. I hope you have your water nearby. Here's to you. The best drink, as you all know, is not coffee, tea, And certainly not wine when you're doing this practice, but definitely water, a lot of it. Rocking motion. First of 19 movements in one pose. Feet in a V, stabilizing your heels, your knees, your hips, and your entire length of spine. Rocking back, rocking forward. Bringing yourself a little bit off balance on purpose because you really want to warm up those feet first. You're moving towards the front of the foot here with the inhale. You're moving towards the back of the foot through the bubbling spring on the exhale. And what are your arms doing? They're actually in a figure 8. As you inhale up, turn the wrists and come back down, bringing up energy from the earth and returning it in a recycling move towards the earth. What a beautiful concept. 9 times or more. Rocking motion is a very helpful de-stressing move, and it's one of the most ancient Qigong moves we have, something similar to this. The roots of Tai Chi Chih are ancient, connected to the umbrella of Qigong, and connected to the trade routes from India to what is presently China, the Silk Road. So think of a very long journey on horseback. You could do this not only 9, but 27 or 36 times, as long as we're in a multiple of 9. Let's ground it into the earth now. And simply bring the heels a little closer together for our second move, which is bird flaps its wings. You're on the edge of a branch here. First you inhale and you're learning to fly. You exhale and the heels lift. And on the third one, the wrist circle is forward. Inhale back to lengthen. Third one. Everything equals 9. The noble Chinese number in numerology. And inhale back slowly to ground it into the earth. And bring your feet back into rider on horse position, this wider position here with the heels directly underneath the hips. Drop down. And you're going to shift back and forth here to start your forward back shift, but to first find your grounding. So when you shift over here to the right, when I'm mirroring you, you're going to bring your left heel forward to prepare for your weight shift, forward back weight shift. And this is around the platter. It's going to be around a soft, connected platter here, which we say sometimes is around on the water, in chest-high water. The palms move outside your left knee and back to the other side, covering the energetic sense of the whole body here. Here's your inhale. And here opposite your heart is your exhale that sends the energy back to your back leg. And breathe from the belly, or you want to talk about your power center, that's where it is, your low dantian. Be conscious of your inhale and exhale, and that will establish everything else, as well as the feet connection. And we're going to say this is 9 if it isn't, because we could do 9 on each side. Inhale back, single grounding. To remember where we are, we're between the left and right side, and now we're shifting to the left to release the other heel, your right heel. And this is around the platter, right side. Chest high water simply means releasing the elbows out there, but not tightening them because we want to leave every joint unlocked. But do notice how the elbows and the hips seem to move together here because we want to synchronize the feet with the hands and the whole body from the belly. And feel your long spine today. It looks great. One more here on this side, around the platter. Bring the foot back in, rider and horse position. Sink it through the earth. Shift to your right to bring the left heel forward. Notice how that heel's coming directly from the hip. Pick up a ball of energy and let it go right in the center of the platter. This is around the platter variation, small circle within a larger circle. Feel where the fingers drop. They drop still on the platter. The whole hand hasn't moved down. You're still in that same height there at chest high water. Three more. Last one. Beautiful. Bring the foot back. Inhale to sink it through the earth. We're going to shift to the left side now to bring the right heel forward and pick up our ball, small ball, which is the variation of the bigger circle we had to begin with. Here's the bigger circle when the fingers drop right opposite the heart. Two more. Last one. Beautiful. Really nice. Inhale and sink it through the earth. And double ground it because we finished up the right side. That helps us to remember if we double ground that side where we are, we're ready to begin the next move. Now we shift over to the right to release the left, or bass drum. Bass drum is the oldest instrument beyond the human voice. It connects people. Feel the Lei Gong points between the palms as they connect, even though they're somewhat far apart here. They're outside your breasts. Here's your inhale. Here's your exhale around the outside of the drum. The elbows and the hips come back together. That's one way to lock a certain kind of synchronicity in here so that one doesn't start flailing out without the other. Everything synchronized. Softness, continuity, your inner rhythm, circularity, moving from the center, and finding peace and joy within. Your inner sense of feeling. Bring the foot back in and sink it through the earth. This is the best move to teach your best friend the first time because the hands move the same way together. Inhale, bass drum. Right side. Let the fingers and the palms and the wrists relax and the elbows relax. And let the feet guide and this center core here. The inhale and the exhale back. Expansion, contraction. Two more. Beautiful. Last one. Bring in the foot. Inhale to expand, exhale to contract. And double ground it. Bring it to your head. Exhale it down. That was triple grounding. Let's take it up a little higher. Grounding really helps us when we're doing these wonderful practices that have a lot of chi or even prana in yoga. You want to take your time to go from one pose to the next. Let's take it even higher than that. Up to the sky and down. Some of you have snow where you are, as slow as the snow. And let's shake it out. Because when we get too serious, it gets harder. So just have a little bit of fun with this by shaking it out once in a while. Come back to center. And our next move is going to be daughter on the mountaintop, daughter in the valley. So I'm going to shift here to one side and the next and find where my shift is to the right. Bring the left forward. Start with my daughter's hands out like this, and I'm going to climb the mountains. There's two mountains here, and come back down through the center. And my back foot is in a 45-degree angle to the front. The front foot should be coming out directly from the hip, not out there somewhere. And even though you don't want the heels to cross, you want to have them fairly close so that you can see some light between them. Otherwise, you don't want them far out to the sides either. So find a good position so that you can really balance as you come forward and balance as you come back. And as you glide back, feel the toe finally release in front, the heel in back when you come forward. When you come back, the toe in front releases. Always the yinning and yanning of the front shift and the back shift. And last one on your left side, bring the foot back to rider on horse now. You're widening your stance. Exhale. Now shift the weight to your left foot and release your right heel for daughter on the mountaintop right side. This is the central trail when you come down through the center body, and your left hand is close to the heart. on both sides here. So you cross the wrists right there. Fingertips staying up as you come down, but the palms themselves are rounded and the fingers are all relaxed. 2 circles intertwining. The outside circle is someone else you love, and the inside circle is you. We know we can't love another person without first caring a lot about ourselves. So that's what this left hand is. But clearly the intersection is there. When those palms cross the right wrist in front of the left. Feel the slowness, the continuity, the circularity, and then moving from the center. Really feel it. Last one. Inhale to sink it into the earth and exhale down to the ground, resting on globes of energy for a moment in resistance to gravity. Bring the palms up. Shift back and forth here. And then bring your left heel forward. For daughter in the valley, inhale forward and exhale back. Coming through the central trail on an inhale, up the valley to the tops of the mountains there. And as you come back, see what's below. And last one on your left side of daughter in the valley. But we still come back to the central stance here, your rider on horse position. And now we shift to the right to start the left, shift to the left to start your right side. Okay, now we're going to start up here on the mountains and inhale forward, releasing the back heel. And exhale back, feeling like you're tops of the mountains here. Come up slowly through the center on the inhale, maximizing your polarity between the palms, the Legong points here, right? These points here, inhale them slowly, and now release them over the mountains on each side. And make sure we don't lose our posture here. Long spine, the crown of the head, the back of the skull lifting up to the sky, like it's pulled up from a string. Three more of daughter in the valley, cultivating the chi between the palms. Breathing it in, exhaling it out. Expanding at the abdomen, contracting at the abdomen. And one more, very slowly. Beautiful. Bring the feet back to rider on horse. Let's double ground it. We finished the right side of both daughters, daughter on the mountaintop and in the valley. And now we move into carry the ball to the side. So we're going to slowly move over here. Sink it down. Wind up. Bring the energy into this right leg, your yan leg. This is yan, this is yin. And shift across to have the other one established as yan and back 3 times. On the third one, bring in the outside foot, which is your right. Inhale, release that left leg. And feel the softness of the palms, of the wrists. Oops, I forgot one. Another one. There should be 3 there. And sink it. Let's do a couple more groups of 3 here so we get it right. 1, 2, 3. Bring in the outside foot. Exhale, and we'll do one more set here. Carry the ball to the side. And now we want to be sure to ground this carry across, and now we go opposite that way. Wind up this way, release your right heel, and move right. Shifting each time feels so great, but you're sliding your buttocks across a piano stool. That keeps us from sticking it out behind very much. You want to feel the full spine from the tailbone up to the crown of the head. And since we did 4 for the last one, let's do another one here. You ready? Beautiful. Inhale it and sink it into the earth. And we'll do one more to the center here. Carry the ball to the side. And I've got a ball behind me, so I'm going to stop right there. Oh, maybe I'll go one more. Here it comes. Beautiful. There it is, sinking it through the earth. We're ready to go to another move. Let's do a couple of groundings. And we will next be doing push, pull, and pulling in the energy, shifting down. Sending your weight to the right leg, bring the left leg forward. I'm going to come back here so you can see. Okay, now you're going to shift forward on the exhale and inhale back to the heart. And your back foot is automatically at a 45-degree angle if you started with rider on horse. Push from the heel of the hand up with the fingers. Inhale that circle back to your heart. It's also, this is often called giving and receiving energy because there's a lot of energy now in our palms. Lots of chi energy. Sink it, bring it up in a circle, return that circle to your heart with an inhale and push out on the exhale. This you can really feel at the abdomen, your power center. Imagine the Pilates exhale and inhale. And now you can make it softer for Tai Chi. And maybe you'll even feel that the tongue is coming towards your upper palate on the exhale and releases a little bit on the inhale. That's the Qigong breath. One more here. Bring the foot back in. Inhale to sink it through the earth. And shift to your left to bring the right heel forward. Push, pull, or giving and receiving energy. Inhale. Let the fingers come up a little bit here. like they're shaping the circle, and then turn the circle back. That way we get more than just forward back. We get this beautiful circle that never ends coming through us and then sending it out. Two more. Last one. The most wonderful move follows this, which is pulling in the energy from the farthest star in the universe. So once we finish our grounding here, we move into that, the fingertips will be up. Inhaling your circle out this way, picking up energy from the stars. Visualize a scene in which you're outside looking at the farthest star that you can see that's bright, and take in its energy to your body. So breathe it in here through your nostrils, exhale it, and feel it here in your belly as it moves in. And feel the length of our spines. And the relaxation of all the joints, especially the tips of the fingers and the toes. Last one on your left. Inhale to sink it through the earth. To shift to your left and release the right. Pulling in the energy from the farthest star in the universe through your fingertips. Two more. Feel your inner strength, power, and your joy. Last one. Gathering the chi from the stars, send it into the earth, double ground it. And hydrate before we start our next taffy moves. Basic taffy. Let's double ground it first before we begin. Basic taffy will be followed by 3 variations. Your basic taffy starts with your left hand underneath the other elbow, your left heel out, and you're pulling to the left with your invite hand, which is underneath. Sink. Shifting and moving. Changing the hand that's underneath as the palms pull apart with your weight shift. Without ever touching. And feel the sponginess of the knees here as you do a little simple grounding between each taffy pull. That helps the body relax on the inhale as you lengthen. After each pull, sink, pull, lengthen on the inhale, sink. It's like a cosmic dance. You want to really feel it, but it's so slow. And there's a lot of chi between our palms right now. So enjoy it as you pull the palms apart with your weight shift happening at the same time, all this synchronicity stuff. Two more. This way and that way. Back to your left, always returning to the left. And sink it through the earth, double ground it. Inhale, expanding the belly, exhaling, contract it, using your power center. Our next move will be the first variation. This is anchor taffy. You'll anchor your right foot and you'll move forward with your left. And your left hand will be underneath. Anchor taffy. And now you do it to the basic again. We come back always with this variation that comes from the basic. Forward. And then to basic, which is the side shift here. Beautiful. Other foot. And the underneath hand is leading us now to the left. Now the underneath hand is your right, and it's leading us to the right. Always exchanging who's on first. Let's make the next one the last one. So your left hand forward underneath here. And becoming the invite hand to draw you to the left. Beautiful. Now inhale and double ground it because it's so beautiful. It's as if we were a boat returning the boat to the shore. Let's do a triple ground on that one. I love that one so much. It's so gorgeous. Next one is circles taffy. It's our second variation. That first one was the anchor. Now this is the circles. Ready? Feet in a V. 1, 2, kind of like jump roping. 3, now left hand under and pull yourself back to basic. And sink. Inhale to rise. Sink. Exhale. Exhale, wind up and bring it to your right. And sink. Inhale, like you're conducting. 1, 2, 3. Left hand under, move it to the left. Sink. A couple more of these. Keep going. It's so much fun. I love this one. Like a kid. And last one now. 1, 2, 3. Wind up and bring it to your left. with your left hand underneath. Beautiful. Without clapping for yourself, let's just do a couple groundings. One of the pleasures of teaching this practice is that my students are really getting it. It makes it so much fun for me. Great. And our last, third variation is this beautiful one. Left hand under, you're going to use the heel step here. Perpetual motion taffy with heel step. Heel comes down, and then you bring the energy towards the toes. It's really, with the feet in a V, it's really pretty fun. Whatever direction you're going, put that hand underneath, and it'll be easy for you. You just make sure you don't really need to touch your hip bands or your upper arm, but if you want to, you can extend up higher here, which would be the heart protector move. It's a Qigong move also. I like to bring that in sometimes because it's really gets you a feeling of moving through all that area of your inner arm and down to the hands while you're moving your feet. Perpetual motion tapping is so cool because you can keep doing it a number of times until you feel like, oh, I finally got it. Okay, we'll say that's good now. One more here, one more the other way. And then we'll come back to homeostasis. I guess that's the right word. Inhale and sink it through the body and through the floor, all parts of the body, all the way down. And double ground it. It's the last of the taffies. Some of you will probably say, oh, good. I say, oh, no, I'd like about 8 more. But now we do de-stress through this next part. This is a beautiful diagonal move, working the pulley. Your left heel comes out, your left hand also does, and your right hand is underneath the hip bone here. You're going to come forward. Here's your crawl stroke that we did at the beginning, remember? It's going to come back here. And the hand that's dominating the breath here is your left. And as it pulls back, it's an inhale with that hip. So that actually draws you into a diagonal shift here. Watch the spine stay really long. It's easy to start looking at me and curve over, but try to just keep your spine long. I worry more about you than me. Good. Okay. And if we look at each other here, you can touch my shoulder, I can touch yours on Zoom. So don't go too far with it. Don't go way out there. It's really here and then here. I'll go a little slower. Here and here. Good. And without straightening the elbow, maybe not so far. Yeah, good. Now you got a little more control. That's good. Sorry, I tend to go fast, and then I realize that checking with Zoom, it's better to go slower. Okay, let's bring that left foot back. Now we do it with the right side, and you bring your left hand under the hip here. It's going to draw back and then come forward. It becomes the companion hand this time, and you'll just be following your right hand. But you start there. Good, good. Sorry I went so fast. It's much easier to do this on Zoom slower so that you can see it. Beautiful. I swivel my feet back here. I'm swiveling on my toe, just my heel just there. And now I'm going to swivel on my toe and back. You're still doing a forward back weight shift. It's just at a diagonal here. So it's kind of a tricky thing to get this. I can honestly say it took me about 27 years to figure it out. I may be slow. And last one here. Beautiful. Really nice. Inhale and sink it through the earth. And double ground it. And it always feels like a turning point right there, like you've moved through the development section in symphony, and now it's going to slow down. Yay. This is light at the top of the head and light at the temple. Your feet are in a V. Inhale here, sink and rise. First bring it to the crown of the head, and then sink and rise. Feet in a V. Circle the palms over the head without letting them touch. You're channeling the energy of this practice. It's the Legong points of the palm that are making this circle. Massaging the Tao has been one concept people have. It's usually just 9 times. Let's hold it there, inhale it, sink and rise. Let it go, all that beautiful energy of the opposites. Sink it into the earth. Inhale it back to your heart with your left hand on the top. Breathe it in, sink it down. Inhale, bringing it into your temples, which are just behind the ears here, without touching your head at all. Feet in a V, sink and rise. Light at the temple. Let it go. Good. Now circle the energy of yin and yang, all the opposites, outside your head, outside your temples. This is your temple where you, ideas, music, art, all of that is here in this third dantian. Hold it. Sink and rise. Let it go. Into the earth. 3 times. In a moment, let's hold it first. Circle it again. In some ways, the most important part of this practice is this last movement towards joy. So now hold it. Sink and rise and let it go out into the community. There it goes. Twice. 3rd time is a charm. Sink it into the earth. Back to your heart with the left hand on top. Sink it down into the earth again. And prepare for joyous breath. Feet in a V. Inhale. Sink it out 4 times, coming up on your toes or balls of the feet. Ready? It's kind of a grunt sound, so don't let that embarrass you. It's a masculine intention here. It's said to be the most yan move we have. Beautiful. Inhale and slowly sink it into the earth to ground it in the softest way we can. Let's double ground it. Ending light at the temple and moving through joyous breath, we now come to passing clouds. Your right hand is up here, your left hand is down there, and you shift across as if you were passing clouds, perhaps lying down, seeing the clouds pass, perhaps brushing one elbow or the other. Your feet are in a V, but you stay on the earth here. And as the mirror hands pass by, outside in nature, I always follow it. But inside here, I'm part of the meditation, so I let the mirror hand go by my face without following it. This is a moving meditation which will soon end as the clouds pass here and we stay centered, ready for the next week. Inhale and sink it into the earth and double ground it. Our last move is the 6 healing sounds, and they are ho for the heart, which is here, ho, hu for the spleen, which is here, hu, su for the liver, which is here, tsu, sh for the lungs, which are here, sh, and shi for the triple heater, which is this whole energy system that we've played with, the head, the heart, all this part. Okay, and you start with your left foot and your left hand. Ho, hu, tsu, sh, shi, chui. Chui is the kidneys, the most important organ. Ho, hu, tsu, that's the liver. Sh, the lungs. Shi, the triple heater, and now the kidneys. Chui, and the last one we do 5 for the kidneys. Ho, hu, tsu, sh, shi, chui, here they are. Turn the palms upside down. Chui, heel step. Chui, chui, chui. Mixing the energy of yin and yang, all the opposites. Bringing your left heel to your right ankle bone. Coming into cosmic consciousness pose. Bringing your left hand close to the heart and your right hand outside, evening everything. Looking over the window of eternity and perhaps opening it. For 9,000 years of Qigong, 6 centuries of Tai Chi, and the work of Wen Shan Wang, the teacher of Justin Stone, and Justin Stone's Tai Chi Chih, 1974. We are grateful. Thank you for your practice.